evening, good afternoon, and good morning wherever you are. I'm doing well at this peripheral end. So guys, there is a prison break. At last, Mayani has been bailed out from the prison remand. This is after Mayani has paid the legal bond and the surety of the same amount to gain his freedom outside. Well, that one alone does not mark the end of the case. Simply means Mayani is going to deal with this case trial while still having his freedom outside, going about his errands. The bail terms or the bond terms comes also with terms. Therefore, let's listen to this clip below.
Hard moment for us to get him out the way we are getting him out right now here. So what I can just say is a pleasure and a pleading. We're going to be making sure that whenever we can reach to the segment, we're going to be making sure that we are pleading to everyone. Whoever we have just wronged, sorry about that. Everyone will just making sure that we are part of us. Thank you very much also. And we're going to be making sure that everything is coming to you one-on-one live. And still we have much of the things to still to entitle and make sure that we are processing for us to get a very full confidential of the other case that is still pending into the DCI. And it's just because of some jealousy and I don't know how I can just express myself because so bad. When you see somebody has got you to the cell, has got you to the prison, that person is not further than a person who can kill you. That's the real fact. Because even how we are just being told, you sit there.
That is Gintu riding on a motorcycle with Mayani. This is after Mayani release was secured from the Migori maximum prison. You know, when the maximum prisons, these are the prisons who handle up or who have in the custodies of people with high crimes like treasons, like burglary, like defilement and rape. That's why it's called Migori maximum prison. It is the main prison. Such kind of charges and such kind of crimes cannot be taken to the medium prison, and that's why he was taken in Migori maximum prison's remand. He's out now. Now, going forward, because majority of people are asking, what is the way? The way forward is Mayani will be attending the court sessions while outside. And I will have to speak to the issue of the bond itself going forward. Back to the clip. The clip itself, you've heard Gintu lamentations, because Gintu is lamenting of two things. One, the process. And that is how the process is tedious. Because when the court gives you the surety and tells you to bring a bond of a specific kind of a value, that value itself and that property itself must be valued. So the valuable instrument and the person, the valuer, it's your own cost. You have to take that kind of a valuable. That person itself must be having a licensing, practical licensing, and you have to pay all these kind of services. And this is why Gintu is lamenting, because it is a heavy process itself. And again, rummaging all the processes, because other people sometimes takes them up to 3 months for them to get that kind of things. But with the Gintu, this process might have gone so seamlessly and smooth, because Gintu is telling us someone he had to use the Judas way. The Judas way, which means the Judas Iscariot, the betrayal way, which means to bribing way, because Judas was bribed for him to betray Jesus. So in this particular moment, the Judas way is a connotation that they have to bribe their ways through for all these things to be done. Which means the person who was working on their documentations must be given something as a boost to fast track or to expedite it so speedily. So it is involving money. And this is why Gintu is crying that they've used money, something like 600 to 700 USD. That's along the way to navigate all the processes therein. That one itself is substantial. Gintu again is lamenting and telling us one thing, that whoever is taking you either to police cell or to the prison itself is akin to somebody who wants you to be deleted or to be killed. The same things I throw back to them. The moment they were doing that one, to Gitiriba, which means the intention was to have the Gitiriba deleted. The intention was, at one point, they wanted the Gitiriba to be unlived in this world and this Christendom. And that's a fact. So it's just confirming from his own mouth that the person who wants to take you inside there is a person who has failed the means of deleting you, but is taking you outside there so that you go and delete themselves or be deleted while you are within the presence of the prisons. That is a question that we need to ask. What was their main intention while they were doing that to Gitiriba? Until the Gitiriba case flopped because there was no evidence. Remember, we were asking about the evidence when it comes to cases of Gitiriba. The case flopped because there was no evidence whatsoever to point. That's why the case itself flopped. And with this one, the evidence was there that was pointing around, and that's why things just turned the way they are. Now, into this video itself, it is not out of jealousy, because Gintu is also lamenting about of the jealousy. Nobody sent Mayani to go and meddle with the issue of minors. Nobody in the village. So it is not out of jealousy. It is out of breaking the law. It is out of you being caught and being told that you are breaking the law. How many number of times Mayani was told to explain or rescue herself, or Mayani was told to leave alone the girl? And how many number of videos Mayani did outside here, chest thumping and saying other kind of nonsensical things that could not make sense. Even on that note, the third lamentation is there is a pending case involving Mayani and its Ernest. Remember the case of threatening the life of its Ernest, that's I'll come and slap you with a machete. Remember the case of insults and abusing its Ernest on this YouTube street. And that's why his phone is already been captured, which means as we speak now, Mayani could still be arrested because there's a case pending at the DCI. The investigation is still going on. So Mayani is a man under siege, facing a lot of problems. Whether this problem is man-made or is made himself or is just a guy who's prone to bad luck and all this kind of heinous action, that is a question that we'll have to answer at the end of this video. So guys, if you're coming across this channel for the very first time, kindly click at the notification bell so that whenever I put a video, YouTube shall notify you instantly. To my lost subscriber, may God bless you abundantly. So let's dive in straight away. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube chit chat. My name is Inazak and this is my YouTube channel. So let's dive in straight away. Guys, there is an ordeal that happened within the prisons and within the remand. And Mayani came out and told the story, just a snapshot of it. And again, within that story, there was a story within a story that was being brought up by Gintu, because Gintu wanted to know what's really happening. So perhaps I will let you watch this video, then I will come and explain it
with him. So
in
we were going
much
to serve.
detail.
When he served, he said we are two. So being put
two gullies
two gullies
and,
and one skumba. So
one leaf of a skuma, which
so,
is a kales.
Yeah, we cut.
So the soup,
You cannot drink the soup. You will be,
why?
because the soup has magadi, and the magadi is bad. If you
Magadi is yeast.
yeah.
So how do you eat? So it means that you take a leaf of a skuma, talk about the kale, then you just remove some small of it, then you take ugali and pinch ugali, put the leaf and make sure that everything is going.
In short, is you eat only ugali, because if you take that leaf, you will just once. Now you'll be taking ugali, inserting inside the mchuzi, then you just eat.
So when they're just putting yeast, it means that the skuma is so hard, or?
No. You know, there is men, and magadi is reduces some
reducing the stimuli of male functionality.
Exactly.
So yeast reduces that kind of the stimuli.
Yeah.
So that's why they're using magadi.
Even the cucumber, it cannot wake up.
Yeah, it cannot wake up.
So like me, have to eat some good food
Right
so that,
now.
so
Again, it wake up. Or
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
Again, it wake up, then you go where?
For now, it cannot wake up because I have.
So you want it to wake up and go where?
Eh? You know,
Let it stay that way
no.
for a period of.
No.
For
It's
a period
bad
of.
because I'm.
No,
I'm
you'll just.
removing a urine that is bad, like red.
Or red.
Yeah.
So you have a problem. You have to visit the doctors. So you can just be. It's just of 2 days here, and we are just talking about things gonna be getting. You understand how the things gonna be. So in short, is that guys, I was ever talking about when you see somebody has just even take you to the court or can just take you to the prison, it means that that kind of a person doesn't need you completely. That kind of a person is like a person who can just delete you completely. It's only a mean of deletion. It could not be avoidable. That's why you see much of the things are happening. And to the real fact right now, I think you have even seen whoever is with you and whoever is not with you.
My friend.
So from right now, you're gonna be getting you're gonna be you're gonna be
You've just watched
getting
the video.
arrested.
Because Mayani
And
was telling
sleep.
the story outside there.
Understand.
Because it's telling us
And you have to
he found
really
a man
understand.
also
Much
who was
of the-
coming in Nyabo Anze, from Nyabo Anze. They were there in the same prison. It tells you a lot of criminal activities and criminal injustices that's taking place or going on in Nyabo Anze itself. No wonder it tells you most of the people who are being looked up to, they're being looking up to people who have ever gone to the prison, people who are doing heinous acts, the same way they're looking up to Gintu. And that's why they're calling Gintu the king. And when you narrow down to the character of Gintu, plus all other things that Gintu do, and all the deals, it's about deals, it's about being arrested, it's about social injustice to other people itself. Now it tells you. So, fast forward, they had to share, because most times in jail, they don't have plates. The plate itself, they have bowls. And these bowls are being bought 50 Kenya shillings. 50 Kenya shillings is just like 0.5. It's 0.5. It's like a 50 cents US dollar. That is it. And this is what now Mayani was lacking. He found a friend who is from the village, whom they used to share. Or sometimes, if you don't have that kind of bowl, basically what they do, you needed like to make it yourself with the artisan, and it's made there. Because now, in the prisons, it's a place where rehabilitation takes place. So this bowl are self-made with the inmates, and they are being sold at 50 cents USD. So if you have that 50 cents USD, you buy them to promote the artisanry within the prison service itself. Now, the guy is telling you that, the kind of food itself, if you are so new to the prison, you cannot partake it. But what will make you partake it just now, you need something inside your stomach to make some feces, because your body has to process other things. It tells you that the kales or the skuma wiki with ugali has got too much of the yeast. And the yeast, sometimes when you eat too much of the yeast, it comes like it inhibits the stimulant that can make you find an erection as a man. So it makes you to boil down like a man, because most of the cells and the custody within the prisons, majority of people are being molested. Others are either gay and having sexual intimacy within themselves. So this kind of abuse, the prison service department and also nutritional department came up with a way of boiling people so that you don't be so erotic and started like abusing your fellow man inside there. And this is an ordeal that Mayani is crying, that is come out of the prison and Iska Cucumber cannot even barely stand. And that's why Gintu is now asking, you want it to stand so that you go where? It was that one point, it was looking at a joke, but it's something that Gintu was telling, no man, let it stay that way, because once we know you, because once it comes back and achieves that kind of stamina, you'll run back to the same lady and you'll be in a trouble. Even Gintu knows Mayani so well, because Gintu knows Mayani. And now this is why Mayani was being advised, it's better that cucumber, keep on sleeping. Let it not stand, because when it comes back, you'll run back and start disturbing ladies within this village, and you'll have the same problem. The guy is saying there is some kind of blood that is coming out. It's having a problem. It could be a problem of dehydration, because in cells and this custody, people barely drink water, because they barely get that water. Maybe it could be the scarcity of water. Maybe there is a rationing of such kind of water. You are being given water, not enough, but something to push you over. I think that's also the reasons why, if at all you're sick, seek the medical help. But I believe it was as a result of dehydration, because you took a lot of time without taking a lot of water, and also you are taking dry food, which means you never wanted to drink soup, because it will interfere with your sterility and with your stamina. That is it. So I think you're just dehydrated. The only thing, drink a lot of water so that you can replenish what you call a useful or vital electrolytes in your body, and you'll just be fine. It'll just be fine. So the other question that people are asking, what will happen with the property that was given as a bond? So for Mayani to protect the parents' property, Mayani has got no choice but must just attend the court hearings while outside. Even if in one time Mayani will never attend to court hearing, then that property of the father, the title deed, Mayani and the fathers must forfeit it to the court. The court will come in and take that land away and repose it. That land will be taken, and that's how the ownership of that land shall change from the Mayani's father to the court, to the judiciary. The judiciary will have to acquire and put that land under agency. Then what will have to happen, they will decide to resell it, to capture the money, because Mayani has refused to attend. That's why sometimes it's so risky bailing out other people, because you must be there. In that, when Mayani will not attend the court, the ownership, they will have to forfeit the land plus the money. It won't be returned. Again, Mayani also will be sought to be rearrested, to get to court, and there will be no bail. If they want to give a bail themselves or bond, they have to get another one, because that one shall have already been taken by the court. So this is the risky, and this is the time bomb that's awaiting them. If he will decide to attend court, it's good. If he will not decide not to attend court, it's also up to them. They will lose the property, that piece of land, it will go forever. The same surety kind of money, 100,000 that they gave out, that one also shall have gone. And Mayani shall be rearrested back and will never qualify to be given any time of bond itself. And in fact, contempt of court, you can go 1 year, serving 1 year pending your hearing, which means you've already been jailed. Notice now, as a remand, you are taken in jail for 1 year, awaiting your year to elapse so that you start case of the same charge on the different charge you are procured against. So this is things that if they are not careful, sometimes you might be so happy. I've taken to jail, I've been released on bond, oh, I'm a hero. No. This is not something to be laughed about, because there is a lot of things herein. Sometimes people get so confused. Sometimes you genuinely get sick, but you don't have somebody to represent you and tell you that I'm sick. Sometimes you just forgot, or sometimes you say, no, let me just run away and I'll leave my father in the problems. Therefore, your father will lose the property. The money, the same surety also will go. And also you'll be the radar of the police. You'll be sorted and be arrested and jailed 1 year, pending your other cases to be heard. Guys, let me hear your thought at the comment section. Until next time, this is Senior Zach.